Alright, I'll give it a couple seconds too. Once we get started on stream. I'll have it set up so I can still see my stream chat as well. Ninja timing. You confirm. Skype froze. Very nice.
No, it thought I disconnected.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know what.
Let me know when you can see.
I know.
Too, if it's on your computer.
Holy, what am I? What? Hold. My ping shot to 900, and I don't know why.
Could be those infestors. It could very well be those.
What the heck? Oh my gosh! Why is my ping at 700?
I don't know. do we need
I don't think it's Skype. I don't think it's. It's nothing on my computer.
Do we need like a minute for technical difficulties?
Can you hear me fine?
I hear you fine. So I think if I hear you
then
fine,
so long as we're not playing an online match, we should be good.
No, I think we're good. All right. Nice ping. 700 ping, nothing to worry about. All right. All good. All right, guys. So season 5. I just got back. School's over. Getting into the game again. It's been a while. So I'm going to be starting out a lot of new things with Season 5. After coming back to Season 5, I jumped into a game, and I got, like, destroyed. Dude was bronze. No, he probably wasn't bronze. He was like diamond or something.
He turned into me for the day.
Bad. I turned into Jshore. I didn't know how to make probes. I didn't know any build orders. I completely forgot everything. It was like 3 months since I played. And I'm like, this isn't good. How can I ladder again for Season 5 when I don't remember a single build? So I thought to myself, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to relearn everything. And I literally had to go back into the build order editors and go back into it and try to remember what my hotkeys were and what my build orders were. And I figured, okay, one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to write down every single build order from now on so that when I go on a vacation, go on a break, it's not, what the hell did I do? What was that build order? I'm like studying replays to figure out what I did, and I'm asking myself, why did I do that? That doesn't make sense. So I'm starting a new YouTube channel now, and I'm going to be setting up build orders, making tutorials of those build orders. Once I finish it up, once I get it all perfect and everything's good with it, I'll set it up on there. Another thing that I have going on that's new is, well, this cast. I figured I'll start a weekly cast. So far, at least, it's going to be weekly. That's our plans. And with the cast, we're going to be putting together a bunch of questions, a bunch of any gameplay material, situations for the Protoss race, specifically the Protoss race, in an effort to figure out what the best answer is and become better gamers. Essentially, it's a day 9 daily, but weekly and for Protoss only, in a nutshell. So with a lot of work and time, with me and Jshore. Jshore, say hello.
Hi.
We present to you guys Into the Void. It's going to be a new cast. It's also going to be going on YouTube, so if you guys miss any, they're all going to be on YouTube. I'll provide you guys the link later. Actually, we should probably throw that on there, too, next time. On the cover. Anyways.
I don't even know what it is. You can't blame me.
It's all good. Anyways, without further ado, after a little bit of backstory, we present to you Into the Void. We're going to get together a question today, and today's question for becoming better gamers is, what is the idea, what is the best time? Everyone's got an answer for this, but nobody seems to have the right answer. Nobody knows what the correct answer is. Everyone's doing something different. No matter what replay you open up, every professional replay is always going to be different. So my question today is, what's the best time? What's the most ideal time to scout with your probe first? Now, I don't have the answer for this right now off the top of my head. I have reasons, I have guesses. Jshore, what do you think?
Well, I think if you had an answer, we wouldn't be doing this.
Fair enough.
That's the whole point.
Very true, very true. There's reasons why, let me say it like this. There are right ways to do things. There are wrong ways to do things. Now, if you combine that with one aspect, and there's going to be multiple ways to do it. Now we normally don't rule out the right ways to do it, but what we normally rule out are all the wrong ways. That leaves you with a bunch of right ways. So obviously there's going to be too early, the question of that, and there's obviously going to be the question of scouting too late. Jshore, why don't you provide us with some information on what scouting is?
Well, I mean, when you start a game, if it's a two-player map and it's a matchup with not a lot of opening options, you can be safe. Like some players I watch just don't scout in the opening because they know they don't have to. But if it's a four-player map like Shakuras and it's PvZ, if you don't scout and they six-pool, you're going to get your butt kicked. So you've got to scout to make sure you're not getting cheesed or to find your opponent. If you're cheesing, you're going to want to know where they are. Your cheese is going to fail, and then you'll be on a different YouTube channel that isn't this one.
Did something like that happen to you, Jshore?
No.
Are you sure?
Not yet. Not yet. There is a YouTube channel called When Cheese Fails, just saying.
Oh, really? Did you host that?
No.
Alright, are you on there? Are you, like, listed?
No, I'm not. I've seen it a few times, though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, so we know what not to do, but Jshore, what should we do then?
I don't know that either. It depends. Like, everyone has their habits they make. I like to scout on 9 because the league I'm in cheeses a ton.
Right,
but
right.
later on, that's a bad idea because you're losing income. And you can get away with 13 scout in PvP because 2 gates aren't as common on a 4-player map. So.
Okay, fair enough. Great. So, what I think we're going to have us do right now is take this. For now, we're going to test this out. We're going to look at some games. We're going to look at some replays, some recent game replays, and we're going to look at some trends. We're going to look at some scouting patterns. We're going to look at what maps we're playing on, and see how much information we're actually getting. All right. So I'm going to load up a replay.
The first one that you sent me?
Let's load up the first one.
Are we going in order?
It's going to go in order.
Okay.
For 1, 2.
Alright. I can count. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Very. Let me know when you're at 0-0.
So far, my game's frozen. I will let you know when it actually works.
Standard. Okay. It's all good.
Still frozen.
It's alright.
Oh, it looks like I have to download the map. Sorry.
That's alright.
No, but it's download. It just says downloading blank. Estimated wait.
Alright. Well, we'll let you download in the meantime. Alright. So, I'll talk a little bit more while you're loading it up. Basically, guys, this has been around since Brood War, this question. What's the perfect time to scout? It's really going to be determined on, of course, what map you're on. As Jshore was saying, if you're on a 2-player map, you already know their spawn. You already know how far it's going to take, depending on what strategy they're doing, to reach you. Therefore, you can adjust accordingly. You could adjust your build to be safe. Ideally, we want to be safe to an extent. We don't want to be too safe to the point where we're mass photon cannon, mass carrier, on one base strategy go. I mean, that's the definition of bronze for you. We don't want to play that safe. We don't want to play entirely risky because that's basically the Silver League. That's like, okay, we're not gonna. What's a wall? There's gonna be 6 pulling. We don't know what's going on. We're taking expansions at the 2-minute mark. It's gonna be too risky. We don't want that either. Those are both two sides, two ends of the extremes. So basically, again, we're gonna be looking at different map sizes. On a 4-player map, we don't have the luxury of knowing where our opponent spawns. If we did, the game would be a lot easier, a lot simpler, and probably a lot less fun. Therefore, that is going to say, okay, we don't know where he spawns. It's going to be imperative for us to scout him. Now, this not just 4-player maps, there's different sizes of 4-player maps. You have Metalopolis, you have the new one that just came out, I forgot the name of it already. You've got Total Remolter. You've got, technically, Shakura's Plateau, technically. but they don't spawn close positions. So
You count that as 3.
that's a 3-player map technically, but either 3 and 4-player maps I'll include for this, because still you don't really know how far away.
Yeah.
Ideally, what we're going to be looking at today is, one, we all know from Bronze to Masters and Grandmasters and professional play, we already know we need to scout. That's the obvious. But now what I really like to tone on in this video and get into is, what exactly are we looking for? How accurately are we getting to see that information? And what do we sacrifice in order to get that? And ultimately, number 4, was it worth the sacrifice to get the information that we needed? Sometimes it's not.
Or could you relate it to not have as big a sacrifice?
What can we do to reduce the amount of sacrifice for the same amount of gain? And there's a lot of questions, a lot of ways to go about this. We're going to figure out what the best opportunity, what the best way of it is going to be. How safe, again, with sacrifice being how safe we are, how risky we're being, are we losing income, what our structure is going to be at the time, what our reactions are. It's going to be all of this, and we're going to be taking a look at it as soon as Jshore loads the game. Jshore?
It is loaded. I was just
away.
waiting on you to finish talking.
Alright, great.
It's loaded.
Yes. Alright, so you're at 0-0. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And pause in 3, 2, 1, play. Keep it on normal speed for now, because we're going to be getting into it.
Oh, normal?
Yep. Oh, sorry, we can keep it on faster.
Faster?
That's normal.
Yeah.
That's the normal speed.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is again the new map, the 4-player map. This is doing a little bit of backstory. This is going to be Protoss versus Terran. I'm sitting around 30 seconds, Jshore, just for FYI. And we're going to be looking at a few things in this game. We're going to be looking at what time, what's the supply that I'm scouting at, and what time I'm looking at. I'm scouting out. So we're going to look at the number in the top right, as well as the number in the bottom left. Alright, Jshore?
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're going to be seeing a couple things. We're going to be looking at scouting patterns. We're going to be seeing which way up. Depends on where you want to go with it. And we want to be seeing signs of when it's obvious that the person's not there or not. Some people scout too far in. They go like way too deep. They go like, if it's a Zerg player and you're like going to the mineral, you don't need to go that far, because if the Zerg players are obviously going to have creep, all you need to do is look for the creep. If there's no creep, obviously the Zerg player didn't spawn there. This is again going to reduce your time of figuring out where he is. So I'm actually setting my probe out right now. I'm going to take a look at that. I'm going to rewind to Jshore. We're going to be looking at that right about, I'm paused at 142 on replay. So I'm sending my probe out on 13 supply. Sure, that's just a number. 13, sure. We could put that on paper. Scout 13, good. On time, of course, 142 is the time that I'm scouting versus Terran on this 4-player map. Not just a 4-player map, but this specific one that I don't remember the name of, new 4-player map. So it's going to be different, of course, on Total Remolter. But we're going to take a look at, again, what I was saying, the scouting pattern. Which path is he taking? The time to supply he's going. We're going to be seeing what he sees, the scout, and we're going to measure, is it worth it? Seeing what we see with the sacrifice that we're making. Okay. I'm going to unpause in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So, as you can see, via the probe, he's set up waypoints. You shouldn't really do this. You really shouldn't waypoint your probe around. This isn't smart, actually. This is the lazy person's way of scouting. Why? Because we tell ourselves, okay, we're going to look at all different locations, and then we're just going to like macro and do our own thing. The reason this isn't good is because of 2 reasons. One, sometimes if you're right-clicking the minimap, you can miss them entirely and not see your opponent. For the second reason is you could go too far, and it's obvious that the opponent's not there, and you're still going to the base to check. Why is that a problem? Well, quite simply, StarCraft is a matter of seconds. You hear it all the time. if you're spending too much time going into a base